Hi, welcome back to Game Room Crafts. I'm Kelly. This is my game room. Let's play. Welcome back to Skull Sunday. This is a collaboration put together by Karen at the Dragon's Cave and Lula from Nerd Goblin Arts. There are tons of artists doing tons of skull projects in all different kinds of mediums. So just give it a look. The play link is down below. Check it out. Today I'm going to be using my skulls that I had left over from last month. I showed you last month that I had extras in my little jar of skulls, and what I do is I just make extras and pour it in and stick it in my jar when I'm done. So I had black, I had clear, and last month I made the glitz skull. What I'm going to do, and this was an idea from the kid herself, is I'm going to take my skulls and I'm going to make a jewelry tray. And what I'm using is this hexagonal lipped coaster. You know, it came in a set with a square, a round, and a hexagon. It was like one of the first coasters I ever got when I first started my foray into resin crafts. And to be honest, I haven't really used it much. In this case, the kid said she wants to make a jewelry tray. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to make our tray. We're going to take our skull and we're going to stack them. Oh, I think it goes like this. Yeah. We're going to stack them in the center. And then that will be our center post to grab any necklaces, bracelets. And in fact, stay tuned because this is a two-part video where the kid is going to jump in and show us exactly what we could use this for. So the colors that we have chosen, well, I say we and I mean the kid. She wants scarlet red and she wants the edge of the coaster, the lip here. So we're going to use the Renfio silver metallic powder. Beautiful powder. It's like liquid silver. So we're going to do that. But before we start mixing resin and playing with colors, I need to get my skulls ready because I want them ready to go when I'm ready to set them into my coaster. The first thing I need to do, you see I kind of started it already. I need to kind of flatten out the top of his head, and that actually this one has a recess, so I need to fix that too. So normally I would not do that in the house. I usually do it outside in my garage, but I'm going to do it on camera today just so that you can see what we're doing. So these skulls, like I said, they're just leftover resin that I throw in my little skull keychain mold, and you can do it in whatever color you want. It just so happens what I have today is a plethora of sparkly black, clear with crushed crystal, and my glitz. So here we go. I'm going to do the very top, and then I'm going to go right on the bottom. This one had a little bit of a overpour near the cheekbone. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm just going to go in with my craft knife and cut that part out. It's just too small for the grinder to have done anything, but just enough to tick me off. Okay, so now we decided that we're going to glue the skulls together. Before I do any of that, I'm going to clean them up. And I'll show you. There's the black, a little bit of alcohol. Boom. Get rid of all that resin dust. Done. So we decided that we're going to be using the B7000 to glue it together. Okay, so she wanted, kid, you wanted black, then white, then clear, right? Not white, then black. Black, then white. Okay, so we go right in the center where I flattened him, and we put glue all over that flat spot. We don't want them facing all the same direction, right? We want
it like a little tilted.
Kind of, maybe one to the left, one to the right.
Yeah.
That's it, like that. I'm gonna glue them together and I'm gonna stick them in a cup. Strings.
The B7000.
B7000. Whoop. And that's why I'm gonna stick them in a cup so they don't fall over. Just a little paper cup. Uh-oh. Well, that wasn't smart, Cal. Let's try again, shall we? You know what? Start again.
Really good idea.
Since I took them apart, wipe the glue off and start again. Should I have done super glue?
Nah.
Okay, well, we'll leave the black and white alone, Mary, and give it time to set up, and then we'll start again with the clear on the white. But in the meantime, I'll go ahead and get resin mixing. So that's why it was a good idea to put them in a cup, because now I can move them where I want to. Get my other skulls out of the way. Did you hear the crash earlier?
Yeah, have to hear me go, hello?
I did. Okay. Just put that out of the way for now. I'm currently working sans bubble remover. So I'm going to be pouring my resin in my cups and then I'm going to put them in the microwave separate and then join together. I believe these coasters take 3 ounces. I wrote down when I did the square one, square coaster with lip. Did not write how many ounces it took because I'm that smart. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and make 3. If I need to do more, I'll do more, but I'll make 3. Okay, so I'm going to get some gloves on and then I'm going to get to work. See you in a bit. Both of these have been warmed and I'm going to simply pour my bee into my A cup, making sure I get every little bit out. Okay, done. All clean. Ain't nothing come out of there no more. And then I will get it mixed. Now, I always mix for 4 minutes, but remember to watch your resin. Look at it. If you're seeing streaks and striations, it's not mixed yet. If you're seeing cloudiness, it's not done. So, keep going until you're seeing it crystal clear. So I'm going to start with 4 minutes and then see where that takes us. If I have to do more time, I will. Okay, here we go. Kid, cue the music. Okay, so I still have a minute and a half left on my mixing, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put my scarlet in and mix that up too with the remainder of the time. Now, this is a big spoon, but I'm not like full. I do, however, want this to be opaque. She doesn't want to see through it, so kind of wet it down so it doesn't give me a big puff when I turn on my mixer and the rest of the timer. Okay, so now I'm going to let that sit and make sure that I got all my color mixed in. If I don't, you're going to see it rise. So let it sit here. And while I do that, I will get my mold ready. Now, what she wants me to do with the mold is something she has seen me do before. And that is simply to color the lip so that it's not just red with the color of the skulls. She wants a mix of colors because why not? Give it some zhuzh, give it some je ne sais quoi. All right, so we're gonna flip that coaster over. Well, I don't want this center to get all colored with powder. The only way I'm gonna be able to do that is if I cover it. So good enough for going. I just don't want to get silver everywhere, so it's going to make cleanup more difficult. So I'm going to get my resin out of the way there because I don't want to knock it over because, yes, I'm that kind of, look, clumsy. I'm that kind of clumsy. Good thing I got a bunch of those spoons. All right, so silver. And I need a fluffy brush, but not a super big fluffy brush because if it's super big, too much. All right, get this stuff out of the cover. Now, this is one of those perspective things. From here, I'm looking and I'm going, oh, okay, yeah, that's good. But I'm going to have to pick it up and look because it's not just the outside of the lip, also the inside, the side that's going to be touching the center. All about perspective. So yeah, and if you look and see, I obviously did not get the inside of this side anyway very well. I get that done and then touch up any of the outside that I scratched. Turn it. Again, that one seems okay, but it's, not going to hurt to give it another look. See? Now, I'm seeing a spot here that I've covered twice and it's not picking up. Oh, look at that. I rubbed it with my thumb and it picked it up. You know that if you cannot use your brush to get in certain places well, you absolutely can use your finger. And did I get all 6 sides? I believe I did. Okay, so cover that up. Get it out of my way. Okay, So now that requires cleanup. I'm gonna get a baby wipe because I don't know if it's all silvers or just this particular silver or these particular metallics, but they respond better to baby wipe cleaning them up than they do just plain isopropyl alcohol on a paper towel. So use the baby wipe, go up to the point at which you want to stop, and you get a new spot, a new clean spot on your baby wipe. And I'm trying really hard not to touch the outer edges. I'm going to call that good. I just got resin on my arm. See, this is why I wear sleeves, and then I put my arm in it. Is that smart? Really, really smart. So that's done. Let's check this resin. Do I have any? No, I do not have any floating bubbles. Yay! So that means I got all of that powder mixed in well. So yay, done with that. Duh. Okay. And I'm going to come down here. My resin is starting to get hot. I'm pouring in the center and letting it find its way out. I've done it before where I pour the edges and let it find its way in. You do you. For me, it's whatever. Some days I'll do it one way, some days I'll do it another. Now, this was 3 ounces. Was it enough? I don't know. Oh, wow. Okay. That looks like I hit that on the mark. Am I done? Not quite, but I think I will be when I'm done scraping this out. Yeah, and I'm domed. That's great. So now I can write down on my book that this mold takes 3 ounces. So I will say this. All measuring cups are different. So if you're measuring by, sight line, you gotta, if you switch brands of cups all of a sudden, you might find that, wait a minute, I thought it was 2 ounces. Well, it is. It's just your cup is measuring slightly different. This one, the 1.5 mark is a little ambiguous. So I have to be careful about where I'm looking. I mean, it says 1.5 and then there's an arrow, but there's no solid line. So you just kind of be careful. Take it as it comes. Okay, you see that some of my silver floated out? I mean, it is what it is. I'm actually surprised it's not more than that. But that's the back of the coaster, so I'm not really concerned about it. And it's not even going to be a coaster. It's going to be a jewelry dish. So I'm not that concerned about it. But nah, hold this and slide. That's why I work on parchment paper. Slide it back. Is this done? Yeah, they're stuck now. Yay! That's what I wanted. I'll wipe this down real quick. I don't really want to be gluing silver to my skulls. Although, it's also on my gloves, so I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a... Yeah, your gloves sticky. As long as it's not too sticky, you can just give yourself a spray on it. It's the same way you spray it on your work surface. Because these are disposable. Once you're done with this set, you're going to throw it away. All right, those are set. So where's my glue? And this is my top piece. I'm going to doubly sure I don't have any loose resin and yucky glue on there. Because remember, I tried to glue it once and it fell over. Okay, so since these guys are already set together, I'll put them back in the cup so they don't spill over. Then get some glue in that round out spot that I made. Just like that. No glue string for once. That's amazing. Okay, I'll close that up, stick it in there, and let's see, he's going that way, so this one goes this way. And then I leave it alone. Let it sit. And this gets left alone. I'm going to give it a little bit of heat, but not too much because I am domed. I don't want it to overflow. Torch goes back, gloves come off, and we will be back when it's time to demold this and put our skull trinket dish together. Okay, we're back, and this is cured. It's still warm out of the curing box, but I don't mind that too much, and here's why. I have to top coat it. So I'm wiping off the mold because if there's any stray resin and any stray color stuck to your mold, it's easier to get it off now than it is to do it when the mold is empty, when it's all flopping around. Not that, I mean, this is a pretty stiff mold, so it wouldn't flop around anyway, but I know this because the last time I left a little bit of stray resin on the edges and it took a long time to get it all off. Okay, so that's done. See how easy? You just wipe it down. So let's loosen this all the way around, and then boom, that is kind of what she wanted. Now, this is an old mold. I told you this is like one of the first molds I ever bought. So it's like 3 years old. Yeah. And there are scratches in the mold. And to be fair, there were already scratches in the mold when I bought it. But, it's an older mold. It's going to do that. Molds do not last forever. We all know this. Oh, I have little micro bubbles there and there. Now, I could not have sprayed it, but I could have possibly dislodged these bubbles by taking my little micro brush and just going around the mold mold, not scraping it, but just going around it and loosening it up, that could have dislodged those bubbles. And I should have done it and I wasn't thinking. All right, well, luckily this is for the kids, so I'm not going to worry over it. All right, so the star of the show, why we're all here. Here is our skull. She's calling it our skull totems. And I really could have turned the crystal one a little more to the left because they're almost lined up. But actually, I still could if I reglue it with, maybe I should ask the kid since it's hers.
Kid, can you come here, please?
Yeah, well, she definitely needs to be glued down more. The top one needs to be, the middle one needs to be glued down more. I can see it lifting, so I'm gonna have to add some glue on the bottom because this one's lifting. Do you want this one more this way? Because she's almost in line with the first one.
Yeah, maybe.
More that way?
Yeah.
But the crystal one's okay. So we're gonna, that actually might stay. Crystal one's okay, but I need to add more glue because they're, yeah. Can you hand me let's try the Gorilla Glue. So we're going to try our Gorilla Glue clear.
Oh, my smelly
He was
belly.
waiting for you. He was waiting for you to jump up there.
Baby.
All right. She's moving just a little. I noticed that she's wobbling and I don't want that. So I'm going to stick some glue in there. I'm going to use my micro brush to get it where I want it. I really get it in there. Now, yes, I could have done UV resin. I absolutely could have done UV resin. However,
It sucks.
I wasn't going to say that. However,
It's true.
I wish I had the spray. You know the spray? One that makes the bond faster? I don't have it. But
Are you being impatient?
oh yeah. Is that a question? Wait, what? Why are you asking questions when you already know the answer?
Because I'm stupid.
No, you is not. Okay, how much is that? Is she turned enough that way?
I think so.
Okay, so this is, if you notice, she's no longer in line with the black skull that's on the bottom. She's good. The white one, we just need that glue to dry. Now, this is what we're going to do. Did you see the poster on the bottom? Your colors?
Yes.
Okay, you're good with that?
Yeah.
All right.
Good job, Mama.
Well, thank you. What I have here is Bondcrafter 1-to-1 epoxy resin. I mixed it. It's 20 milliliters. There's no way this is going to take 20 milliliters. And like I said, this one is just for the kid. It was a, let's try it out. Oh, sorry, kid. There are a couple of micro bubbles on the,
I do not care.
I pretty much figured you wouldn't. And there's some silver streaks around the side too. I thought I cleaned it all off. Gosh, I'm not as good as I thought I was. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the resin down there like that. Let these guys sit for a minute while I use my hands. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to let it roll around. There we go. Trying to get it down to all the edges and all the corners. Now, I do still have resin. Here's a hole here. Fill it up. Okay. Now, I don't have to be careful with this because there's no mold to burn. So, but I don't want to get it too close because I don't want to set the resin on fire.
That would be bad.
Yeah. Okay. Question. Do you want the bottom one facing a flat or a corner?
Corner.
You want it facing a corner.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to plop him right there in the center. Okay. You better come look.
Heavy off. Okay.
Good boy. What a good boy.
Yay!
You sure that's how you want him facing? Okay.
Thank
I
you,
have a
Mama.
little bit of extra resin left. I'm not going to put it in there because I don't think you need it. I don't see any fish eyes, do you? You know, the divots. Not full. See any?
No.
Okay.
Can I drink it?
No, please do not drink resin. Okay, I don't know if any of y'all have kids, but if you do, am I the only one who has a kid that intentionally asks me questions they know the answer to? Comment below.
We love engagement bait here.
It falls down! No.
What Muppet are you?
Oh no! I'm the Muppet that keeps seeing my skull fall down. How am I going to stop it from falling down?
Did you wait for the glue to dry?
What? No, all three of them are falling down.
Oh, I
'Cause
thought
they're
you meant
top
the
heavy.
walls. Oh.
See, because when I had them in the cup stopped it from tipping over. Well, it's not exactly centered anymore. Come look. I don't know.
It just got back on the bed.
Well, whose fault is that? It's not exactly centered. Do you want me to move it?
Fine.
It needs to go further back, right?
I mean, I guess a little, but it's not. It doesn't have to be perfect.
It's already not perfect because of the streaks of silver on the bottom and the little micro bubbles. Okay, so this is what I did with the extra. I just mixed in some red. I'm going to pour it in my What do you think, scrappy mold or gems? I currently have blue gems sitting in there.
Did you not hear me?
You said scrappy mold?
Yes.
Okay. I was just giving you your options. I actually already started doing some scrappy mold earlier. Okay, the thing about this is the resin is already starting to get sticky and thick because I had microwave it. I cut my work time down, but seriously, 10 seconds of microwave made mixing the resin almost bubble free. Now, we also do the water baths, but I don't know. This seems more prudent time-wise. Also, no accidental water droplets in the resin, right? It's different when we were using the small bottles of resin, but when you're using a giant gallons, then you have no choice but to pour it in a cup. Water baths are not necessarily the way to play. I wouldn't choose to do that anyway if I had a bubble machine, but since I don't have a bubble machine, this is the way we're having to do it. All right, I don't see any holes, and it is covering all 6 sides. I had to think about that, not a square. So I'm gonna make sure it doesn't fall over, and I'm actually gonna show you what it looks like when the kid finishes her part of this. And now that it's time for her to finish it up, we will put them both together. See you in a bit.
Yo, it's the kid, and I'm going to be making a little bracelet as a mini contribution to our contribution for Skull Sunday. Bracelet, because bracelet holder, charm from Michaels, beads from Michaels, cord from Dollar Tree, and also these were from a bracelet that I cut apart. That's none of your business. Anyway, let's go. And there you go. There's my little bracelet for you. And we'll be back with the rest of the make. See you then.
Okay, so this is done. It has time to set up. It is solid. That is going nowhere. And it's straight. It's not tipping. As you can see, that is what it looks like. I'm going to put it right there. Hi, kid.
Hello. Bracelet
And that's what we use it for. And that's a perfect bracelet. I like that. Jack Skellington. Perfect skull to add to our skull make. Okay, thank you so much for joining us here in the game room. Don't forget to check the playlist below for the rest of the Skull Sunday collaborators and their videos. We will be back next month. Not sure what we're making, but I'm sure it's going to be skulltastic.
Okay, Mom.
What? Not funny? I thought it was funny. That's just me, though. As for us, we will be back here next Thursday.
This Thursday, actually.
This Thursday, yes, because today's Sunday, so that's this Thursday, and it is going to be our New Year's make. We have a couple of interesting things planned. Yep, interesting. We'll use the word interesting. Special.
Okay, Mom.
All right. Anyway, thanks again for joining us here in the game room. We will see you soon. In the meantime, don't forget to play. Bye.